Hello, we are here today to discuss the assessments that were given to Abby to determine what she does know and what she doesn't know in the skill areas that we mentioned in the first video. So the assessment that we were given was two individual assessments. One was a reading comprehension assessment, which will be included, that was rhyming words, where Abby had to circle the rhyming words that were written in the sentence. And then the other was a math sheet similar to this with 5 questions on it, where she had to add up these circles and give us a complete number in the areas over here. What we saw with the reading comprehension in the rhyming words, because Abby's reading comprehension level is considerably lower than her same age peers, she did have to have some assistance with the reading. Once it was read to her, she was able, for the most part, to pick out the words that rhymed. There were 7 individual sentences that she had, and she was able to get 6 of the 7 correct and circle the correct words. So she did pretty well on that, but again, she did have some assistance with that as well. It was not completely individual. In looking at the math assessment, there were 5 problems on the math assessment that she had to add up. She was able to correctly add up 4 of those. So 4 out of 5, or 80% correct on that. So again, did pretty well considered, where she is academically in those regards. So we were assessing essentially her reading comprehension, rhyming abilities in rhyming words. And then also we were looking at her math calculations and how she is able to add. So describing her behavior during the assessment was typical of what I saw when I observed her in the classroom. She was happy to be there, but she was not overly joyed to have to do the work. She would get distracted several times. She did have the eye gaze that was common that I saw in the classroom, and that was also described to me by her general education teacher and her special education teacher that worked with her, which is a very common thing with her. Her eyes will gaze when she becomes bored or when she becomes sidetracked, so very common. So some of those things I saw. She did ask me a couple times if we could be done, if we could do something else. So just letting me know that, it wasn't really something that she wanted to do, but she was able to do both of them and complete both of them, aside from those facts. I do feel that she gave her best effort, considering the, health issues that she's had and the delays that she's had and the disability that she has. I feel like she gave her best effort. She tried hard, she worked hard, and, that's the best that you can ask out of a child. She did get distracted from time to time, but again, she was compliant, she worked hard, and she gave her best effort. So what the results of this assessment tell me is that these are continued areas that we need to work with Abby. While she did well overall, she is still below grade level, below her same-aged peers, so she does still need assistance in these areas to get her up to grade level and on par with her classmates as well. The assessment did give me the information that I was looking for. I was looking to see if she could rhyme her words, if she could add correctly small numbers, and she was able to do that. So I feel like I got the information that I needed, and through this information I can, develop some ideas on things that I think will help her and support her in the classroom. These all align with her diagnostic summary, in going over that with her special education teacher and her general education teacher. We know that these are areas of weakness for her. She does struggle with adding numbers. She does struggle in her reading comprehension, particularly rhyming words and how to pick out those words. So this did align with what we saw in her diagnostic and areas that has been termed that she needs to work on. So in thinking of different things that we could use in the future with Abby, I think we could use similar assessments as to what we did, but take them up a notch. Maybe if she's getting 4 out of 5 correctly, maybe we go up to 10 questions and maybe we make them a bit harder. Maybe instead of 8 being your largest answer, maybe you take it up to 12 or 13. If that decides to be too high for her, maybe we take it up to 10 and see if she can add, up to 10 with 100% accuracy, and then slowly work up from there. In the way of our rhyming words and our reading comprehension, maybe we'd make the sentence a couple words longer. See if she can, rhyme 3 words together in a sentence, and take those steps, those small steps, to see at what level she's really at and where we can develop these assessments from. So if we take those steps, I think we can continue to put some supports in place that will help her in the classroom and continue to develop her closer to her same-aged peers. So I feel like she was, compliant throughout this. She did well. She worked hard. She had some distractions. She had some difficulties, but she performed well and she worked hard, and I feel like she did well overall.